Welcome to Old and Outlandish, This Life's Journey. Well, hopefully we're not all that old, and hopefully we're not all that outlandish. But we do some wild and crazy things, and we're getting ready to head to Alaska for 7 weeks and 8 days. So this video, we're going to talk about the updates that we made to our Ram 1500 and RPod 171. So we had to get the old and outlandish mechanics out to make some of these updates. One of the first things we did is we put Tiger 1 running boards on, and these were purchased through Tiger Auto. We also put a Tiger tonneau cover on, and it was purchased through Tiger Auto as well. One of the nicest things I liked about this one was it had a nice bow in the tarp bows to keep the water to run off. We also added airlift loader airbags, and those were purchased through Trail City in Mount Vernon. Really liked the bolt and the fit up of these units. They bolted right on, and they're just going to add us a little extra suspension. We also put on a Vice Design Hidden Winch, and again, we purchased that through Vice Design. All we had to do was unbolt the front end cover piece. It popped right out, and we mounted this winch to the winch mount and then stuck it up under. It bolted right up. They had some very nice brackets that made it extremely easy. And the other thing I like is this winch is hidden up underneath the bumper, and it's definitely out of the way. And then they put a lot of nice skid plates with it as well. So we also bought the light kit, extra light kit in the winch. And one of the stupidest things about this 171 is you can't open your tailgate when you're hooked to the trailer. I do not understand that. Well, we ended up finding a 4-inch extended hitch. We purchased that through Harbor Freight. And when you put that in, definitely gives us a little bit more room, but we still had some problems and weren't able to open the tailgate even once we had this 4-inch extended hitch. They also had a 12-inch extended hitch that would allow you to open it, but I didn't like the hitch being out quite that far. I'll tell you what, the backup camera really helps make it nice to hook your trailer up. And once you get the trailer hooked up and down over the ball, I like to measure, and I measure from the back of this step because I'm old. I have a step to get up in my bed. But you see where the truck sits, and with no weight on it, and then you go ahead and lower the weight down of the camper, and I was really surprised. We dropped about 2.5 inches when we put the weight on the camper on the truck. So at that point, go ahead and measure it again. We saw we dropped 2.5 inches. So what you want to do now is put air in the airbags, and it's got a handy little air chuck there in the back, and you can pump it up, measure it, pump it up again and measure it until you get back to the height that it was before you put the weight on it. And what we found out is it took about 30 pounds of air in the airbags to keep the system level, in the same level it was when there's no weight on the truck. So we just feel that those airbags will help us, give us a little more suspension as we're driving the roads to Alaska. So one of the things we had to do to get that bed to go down was turn this jack so that the head's not in the way. And now you can open the tailgate and you can close the tailgate when the trailer is hooked up. Why didn't they do something about that from the factory? I do not know. So a couple of the other things that we had to do to the trailer was we're running on solar. We have solar panels, and we wanted to put 2 batteries in, so I put a second battery in, and then we also put a second propane tank on. So one of the big things I had with the hot water heater was we were running it in the shop, and it got hot enough that it started to blister the paint. And if you know how a typical hot water heater is, they just have a grill over that, and the heat comes up. We ended up putting an extension on that to get the heat out past and go clear to the grill so it doesn't come in between the grill and the side of the camper. So we put this deflector on to try to deflect the heat away. Now it only gets to about 110 degrees, and so we're in really good shape. We can run the hot water heater and not worry. We also added some levels on both sides of the camper so that we can easily set up and make sure that the camper is level when we get to the campsite. One last thing we had to do was put Old and Outlandish stickers on the camper itself. This even has a QR code so that people can take a picture of it and get to Old and Outlandish. We hope that you've enjoyed this Old and Outlandish episode. and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.